Well, as we get to the end of September, it's really getting to the point of where our average last 80-degree day is. Now, this is not record, not the latest we can get, but on average, September, around the end of September, even early October is when we get it. So we're going to see the 80s and potentially see more going into the first week of October. In a lot of the areas, the record is probably towards the middle or end of October to get the last 80, and that's where you'd see more records in the 80s. But for right now, we're not getting records. That's closer to probably 90 at this time, but it's definitely going to be a warm stretch coming up. And right now, unfortunately, we've been under the influences of this low to the east, several little weak disturbances rotating around, and then the system to the south, and that keeps the winds out of the north or north-northeast. So it's a cooler, still some moisture that's being pulled into the area. That typically leads to a lot of low clouds and even potential fog in the morning. That's eventually going to get out of here, but it's going to take some time to see it. So really, this evening, nothing to speak of. A few clouds. We'll start seeing a little bit more development of low clouds, probably closer to midnight or thereafterwards. So overall, fairly quiet. This will allow the temperatures, I think, to get down a little cooler than we had today, so there'll probably be more areas potentially could get into the mid to upper 40s in the coldest spots. By the time you wake at 5 a.m., right now it's depicting some of the areas that are either low clouds or fog, and I think we'll see a lot more fog than actually low clouds. And when I say low clouds, I mean clouds are maybe 100 feet off the ground or so, just for that setup. The good news with that is that means the fog can burn off a lot quicker, and once it burns off, we have plenty of sunshine. So expect sunshine to come out a lot earlier once this area of fog then burns off, and it'll probably be around 9 a.m. And this could be dense in some areas, so definitely stay tuned as you wake up to see what's going on. Once we get to about 9, clearing skies, and then the rest of the day should be fairly clear with a few afternoon clouds. But notice the winds now, instead of coming out of the north with that blue color, they're coming out of the yellow, which means out of the west. That'll help improve the temperatures tomorrow, so we should see a boost in temperatures getting back up to 70s. Thursday evening, nothing going on, really just a few little clouds up to the north. We do have a little bit of a cold front coming through the area, but it's not going to do much other than change a little bit of the wind. So we could see another round of some low clouds or even fog going into Friday. We'll have to keep an eye on that. It doesn't look widespread, probably more patchy. As we go into Saturday, we're going to see once again a very similar setup to where the winds turn around from the south, and we could see, here we go, another time frame of some low clouds and fog, although as you look here, most of that is east of the river. So those could be some issues. The good news is they don't last long. We'll have plenty of sunshine then going into the afternoon on all days really right now. So tomorrow, as I mentioned, our temperatures should get up a few degrees, more mid to upper 70s, so a little bit above average. Torchlight parade, you can't beat these conditions. Light winds, very comfortable conditions, and clear skies, 66 as you get to 9 p.m. Friday, we get up to the upper 70s, near 80, so definitely going to be on the warm side. And then as we look at Friday afternoon, if you want to look at the time frame going down to the fast grounds, you'll probably be in the mid 70s, light winds, really beautiful skies. You can't beat these conditions compared to what we've had last weekend. And even Saturday, warm conditions, but still dry conditions going into the upper 70s, low 80s, and that really doesn't change throughout the 8-day forecast until you get to the end of next week when we come down a little bit. But even by Thursday at 77, that is almost about 8 degrees above average at this point going into the first week of October, and dry. I don't see much of a precipitation chance until you get to maybe that weekend coming up. So it could be a dry stretch coming up right now if we had a kind of a wet stretch there too. So
get outside and enjoy it.
Get out and do it, yeah, because you never know. This might be the last time you see 80s, you know, as we get into October.
Yeah, we're getting there. Thanks, Greg.